So I've had several days off because of work, but I'm just curious, sorry. Is this back to the Nexus? I swear you're supposed to be able to talk to people at the... Did we already do that? Yes. You're supposed to be able to talk to people at the Nexus. I'm wondering if it's changed now that I've got access to this Abyss section. So I'm just going to duck back to the Nexus and see if I can speak to somebody, because I have to speak with... somebody. Darren? I don't know. Gotta talk to somebody. Yes, there we go.
It's time to act.
Oh, look at little Ivu. You're getting so big. Why did humans invent pain if they weren't going to paint anything with them? If the roofs and roads of Dresden were painted, the city wouldn't look so boring. Oh, okay. I mean, fair point. I'll give you that. Ivu, you've grown up a bit. Yep. The dragon looks incredibly proud of herself. Dragons usually grow as they get older, but I grow as your power increases. So don't be fooled. Remember, I'm still a kid. A huge, scaled, flying kid with planar magic at her disposal. Are you scared of battling the demons? Not even a tiny little bit. After all, I have you by my side. By the way, next time we meet any demons, we should ask them if they're scared to fight us. Oh, she's so adorable. She going with? No, just me. Okay, who we got? Arushalay. I'm sorry that your dream turned into a nightmare. Don't be sorry for me. It's all a part of my journey, and it would be very naive to imagine my path to redemption as a sequence of pleasant dreams only. Oh, she's thought this through. I do appreciate that. I've already described my countless evil deeds to you. Mortals suffer from nightmares born of their past, and I'm glad that I had a chance to experience them as well. Yeah. The Shadow, who was it? Please don't ask. I don't want to be reminded of it. I knew him in the past, and I was hoping that he would never reappear in my life. We both caused each other a lot of pain. Please don't make me relive it all again. Too bad. We're pushing. Why did the Shadow in your dream call you their venomous butterfly? Arushalay doesn't look you in the eye. I poisoned him. My lies, my capriciousness, my temptation. No, I can't. Let's talk about something else. I'm sorry, but I don't remember who I used to be and what I used to do to others. Okay. Lan! What brings you here? Gee, you know, there's this thing called the Abyss and Abyss Rifts, and it's allowing the demons to come through to our world. So, I've come here in order to get rid of the crystals that allow the demons to empower themselves when they come through the rifts, etc., etc. Does that really answer your question, Lan? How do you feel about reconciling with your mum? Lan scratches his head pensively. It's weird. I think I feel happy about it. But I also feel like the rug's been pulled out from under me. You know, I never even admitted to myself that I was angry at her. I didn't let myself even consider it. I took all my anger out of myself, on the demons, and still, it was like I was carrying around a huge boulder. Hi, Sisyphus. Or Atlas, in a way, I guess if you're carrying it. Now that the weight is gone, I don't know how to live without it. She went back to Norosian, but she gave me her address. Oh yeah, that's why she yielded. It's strange to think I can write to her, tell her what's on my mind, ask her for advice. I was used to her not being around, to the idea that she was gone forever. And now I have to get used to her being in my life. Lan smiles. Thank you, Lyria, for not letting me off the hook. I was mad. I'd have sooner run into the wound and hugged the demon than gone to see her. But it turned out you were right. Thank you. I don't know what the situation is with your parents, but if you get the chance to hug your mum, do it. Dude, I don't even know the situation with my parents. Do I have any? I mean, biologically, yes, but like, alive. Are Lyria's parents still alive? Who knows? We'll never find out. Did you come with me so you can see the surface again? Okay. Do you still want revenge on the demons for your family's suffering, or has something changed? I don't really care. Cool. Wait, no. Sorry. Could I not scroll down? I thought that was the bottom answer. I didn't look at what I pressed. I just hit what I thought was the bottom answer. My apologies. Didn't mean to do that. Is everyone spread out? Oh, we're short a few people. Are they in the cave? Alright. Rachel. Oops, Nanny goes first. It's time for the experiment. Oh no. I hope these words inspire as much enthusiasm in you as they do in me. Oh, they strike terror in my heart, actually. What's this experiment? You see, I have decided, though dead would be a better term, to address an issue, which up to now I've preferred to avoid due to my total ignorance in this sphere. Nanio lowers her head in embarrassment. I realise it's hard to believe that I, a person of, let's skip the false modesty, superior intellect, could not know something so simple. but it's never too late to fill in the gaps in one's knowledge, right? You're right, I actually agree with that. I'm talking about friendship. To be honest, at first I planned to assign the writing of this article for the encyclopedia to a co-author of some kind. But then I met you, my loyal follower, and suddenly I thought I could write it myself. Nanio seems to have reached the limit of her courage and she looks away. So you've never had any friends? Hold on, so you're trying to say that you consider me your friend? You must understand me. I don't need friends. I have no desire to spend my time on them when I could spend it on new experiments and discoveries. Nanio explains this to you as though she's speaking to a 5-year-old. I just want to learn what it was like to have friends. The encyclopedia, nothing more. I realize that you would like to consider me your friend. Who wouldn't? I'm a scientific luminary, after all, so I do apologize for disappointing you, so you've never had any friends. I see no sense in them. Well, if it needs to be done, we'll do it. Let's get started. The tone of resignation. I'm glad you've agreed. Many would have considered my quest too personal and refused. It's good that you're above such squeamish sentiment. Here, I've made a list. How to be a friend, a checklist. Lol. I base it on my observations of individuals around me and on my personal knowledge of the topic, which, I have to admit, is far from comprehensive. She hands you a crumpled piece of paper. Study it well. Friends. Smile at each other. Gossip about their other friends. Drink alcohol together. No longer required. Sometimes argue. Sometimes copulate. But... I mean, yes, but no. Study it well. We'll start as soon as you're ready. Do we really have to follow this list? Nanio looks at you with disapproval. You're trying to say I made it for nothing? I've developed a perfect methodology that involves all the mechanisms of friendship between two individuals. But by all means, sure, let's just abandon the list. Friends smile at each other. You raise your eyes to Nanio, who has already fixed a malevolent grin on her face. Oh god, she should have specified what type of smile. The kind that would make you soil yourself if you saw it in the dark of night. Respond with a brief smile. Keeping the unnatural grin on her face, Nanio hisses through her clenched teeth. You called that a smile? Come on, try again. Give her a wide smile. Your eyes bore in Nanio's. God, it feels like we're having like a gaze battle. We're staring daggers at each other at this point. And she stares right back at you as you both grin as widely as possible. A minute passes in tense silence. She massages her cheeks with both hands. I never imagined being a friend was such an exhausting business. So, what's next on the list? Friends gossip about their other friends. Oh, I've made some preparations for that. She produces several pieces of paper from her sleeve. Come on, let's get to it. Who are we going to gossip about? Darren. Excellent choice. So, what do you think of him? I love him. Oh, how interesting. Incidentally, yesterday I saw him. Nanio picks up a random piece of paper and reads it. Strutting around naked. Do you even have any idea who we're talking about? Nanio becomes a little embarrassed, but only a little. No, I don't make a point of remembering those I travel with. Wow. That's why I prepared these universally applicable pieces of gossip. I mean, they're not really universally applicable. That one happened to only be applicable to Darren. She raises a fist with several pieces of paper clenched in it. Alright, thanks for the info. Truth be told, this whole experiment seems like sheer stupidity to me. But how can we learn that stupidity is stupid without doing stupid things? We need to finish what we started. She gives you a satisfied nod and stows her papers in her sleeve. Alright, stage 2 is now complete. What's next on the list? Friends drink alcohol together. And then it says, no longer required. Oh right, I should cross out this point. I wrote this, and then I checked the encyclopedia and recalled that I've already conducted that experiment. And judging by the same encyclopedia, and especially by an odd stain on that particular page, it would be unwise, to say the least, to try and repeat that. Friends sometimes argue. A new heap of papers appears in Nanio's hands. You are uninterested and disinterested in this experiment, and you can't even tell the difference between those two words. You can kiss my ass. Not too creative, but it will do. Now, we definitely can be considered friends. And on that note, I conclude the 4th part of the experiment. What's last on the list? Yeah, we're not copulating. Oh yes, that. Nanio sighs. Take off your underwear. Not all friends have to do that. Is that true? Are you sure? With an unexpected and interesting piece of information. I must confess I wasn't so thrilled about this whole copulation idea from the start. It's so nice that science does not demand this sacrifice of me today. I'm sorry, but I'm not really into interspecies copulation. Sad but true. This thoroughly awkward experiment is finally concluded. I've learned what it means to be a friend, and now I can write an article about it for the encyclopedia. Nanio rubs her nose with a pencil. Missing full stop. I am happy that it's over. I am once again convinced that friendship is the most foolish of all occupations. You did it all wrong. Friendship is more than just smiling, gossiping, bickering, and sex. Is it? We've concluded all the assigned actions typical for two friends. Of course, I could have compiled an extended list, which would have included joint food ingestion and senseless banter with the aim of showing each other in the least attractive light. But how would that change the situation? Do you know what I will write in the encyclopedia? Friendship is a set of primitive rituals intended to help individuals forget about their loneliness. Well, yeah. That's kind of literally the definition of friendship. However, I have no interest in that. I see my loneliness as a sign of my uniqueness. The one who leads the way is always alone. Okay, you can just stay in your lonesome state. I have no need to alleviate that. Now I have time to answer your questions. Go on, ask away. I don't have any more. Bye.
Follow if you dare.
Rachel. Bye. And then Darren was down the bottom, wasn't he? Of course. He won't squat and squalor. He's going to make himself right at home. Do you really need the candles? You've got a bloody halo. Ah, Baron Feldspar, it's so good to see you. You look a tad petrified. I hope everything is rock solid in your life. What is he doing? I'm not quite sure what he's doing. My dearest Princess Peridot, you look stunning. You almost managed to eclipse Countess Petronella's debut of last year's season. You certainly bested her in your magnitude and your gravity. Darren sits in a circle of stones, making small talk with a perfectly serious expression on his face. When he notices you, he stands up and offers you his hand. Is he that bored? My dear ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce my beautiful companion. Here she is, the crown jewel of the evening, Lyria, the heroine of the crusade. Baron Feldspar, Princess Peridot, how do you do? I can always count on you, Lyria. Darren winks at you. He looks around his social gathering of rocks. Life has failed to delight us lately. Quite the opposite in fact. It has thrown us into the darkest plane of existence, surrounding us with legions of repulsive demons and dragging us into a struggle between forces we, or at least I, do not understand. If that's how things are, so be it. If life begrudges us opportunities for fun, we must make our own. You seem very emotional. Is everything alright? Everything is perfectly fine. Nothing has changed at all. Darren smirks. This whole story was a little too much from the beginning. The stakes too high, the secrets too serious. Oh, and we keep stumbling over them more than I'd like. What am I doing here? I've never really cared for high politics, or games between forces beyond my ken. He gives himself a little shake. Look, Baron Feldspar here agrees with me. And he's this tough, silent type who rarely expresses his misgivings. If you wish, I can invite him to a dinner party when we are back in Dresden. Would you like that? He's a craggy fellow, but a fine conversationalist. How are you going to get him there? You have like 0 strength. I have like 0 strength. In fact, I'm pretty sure both of us are in the negative. Unless I gave you a belt of strength. But in any case, I don't think we can really haul these rocks back. Although, to be said, you did put them in formation, so maybe you can lift them. Introduce me to your guests. Let the fun begin. Nothing this can hurt us. Let's forget about it all. I mean, humouring him is nice. Why, of course. This imposing gentleman, for instance, with a crack on his base, is Duke Dolomite. Baron Feldspar has a split along his top. The princess is the largest of the boulders, she emanates royal magnificence. And there, under your feet, I'm not standing on anybody, am I? No. Lie 2 noble knights. I call them Sir Flint and Sir Shale. That's it. I can't do it anymore. They're burst into laughter. You know, the funniest part of this situation, these boulders aren't actually all that different from half my acquaintances in high society. Their sense of humour, their personalities, their ability to carry on a conversation, the resemblance is uncanny. Are you sure you're alright? Ever since we got to the Abyss, you haven't been acting like yourself. I like a company more than the company of stones. I don't know, should I be pressing the matter? Is that going to help me at all? This music is very beautiful, by the way. Sometimes I have this terrible creeping suspicion, Lyria. Terrible and probably preposterous too. It almost seems as though you genuinely care about me. Hilarious, isn't it? Who gave you that idea? I really do care about what's going on with you. You figure me out. I do care about you. Except all the times when you're driving me mad. I don't know. That's at least an entertaining option. Darren smiles deviously. Some dishes are only improved with the addition of spice. A dash of madness makes one's emotions deliciously intense. Something strange flickers in Darren's eyes as he answers, choosing his words carefully. I should hate to become a burden to you, or a threat. See, he's worried about his outsider. I don't remember what it was. The creature that just decimated me. Hey, I'm stronger level now. Do you think I can kill it? It probably levels. The brighter the sun shines, the darker the shadows we cast. There I go, speaking gloomy nonsense again. Demons, take it. Let us return to the company of our hard-headed guests. I like a company more than a company of stones. Let's forget about it all. Darren kisses you back with enthusiasm, then says, after catching his breath, I cannot say I find the abyss terribly inspiring, but let's spend some time alone together. I really, really hope no demons fall on our heads and spoil our date. How much time is going to pass? I have things to do in the abyss. 10 hours! What do you do for 10 hours? That sucks. You're gonna be exhausted before I get to go anywhere. Oh, I don't want to talk to Social. Social's such a downer. Social is drawing something, but he notices he hurriedly folds up the paper. Don't tell me you managed to find some beauty in the abyss. No. Cringing a little, Social shows you a few sheets of crossed-out sketches, but you can still recognize the vistas of Alushinyrra in them. I tried, but I can't. Not here. May the goddess forgive me, but it's beyond my powers. Struggling for inspiration. I need to talk to you. Now you know your brother used to be a Hell Knight. What do you think about that? I've always despised those people, and I always will. Rachel, he despises you. Do you hear that? But they are hardly to blame for my brother's straying from the goddess's path. He only has himself to blame, it seems. I probably shouldn't have put Trevor on a pedestal the way I did. True. You see, I was quite fervent in my beliefs as a boy, and I thought the teachings of the goddess had already revealed to me all the truths I should know. Now I realize I didn't know a thing. About the world around me or about myself. Perhaps this will chew me up the same way it did Trevor. Perhaps this example will keep me from breaking. Anything else you wish to add? Darren looks rather distracted. He is staring into space as though he's listening to something deep inside himself. Finally, he notices you, and his lips quirk into a nervous smile. So many people have cursed me and told me I'll end up in the abyss where I die. I suppose I've rather deftly subverted their expectations by getting here while I'm still alive. Ah, yes. Treat it as another adventure. In my world, an adventure is getting totally smashed with a couple of apprentice mages who've just got the hang of basic teleportation spells and making up several thousand miles away next to someone you've never clapped eyes on before, someone who might turn out to be a Varisian saber swallower or a dragon in human form. But this? I'm still willing to consider this an adventure, especially since you're here. You shall have to stand in for the saber swallower, the dragon in human form, and the apprentice wizards who failed to master teleportation. All of them at once. I must confess I have none of the above abilities. I do have a dragon, but not one in human form. What do you say to spending some time alone with me? I cannot believe I'm saying this, but this blasted abyss makes me recoil at the very thought of intimacy. I just can't relax at all, as if demon hordes are waiting to ambush me around every corner. Darren shrugs helplessly. Hey buddy, no judgment here. It's pretty... I have a personal chest that, for some reason, has interdimensional travel with my shared stash back home. Wow. Wait, there's someone else down here. Seela. I will learn the weight of my sword. I will have faith in the inheritor. I am the first into battle and the last to leave it. With her eyes half closed, Seela whispers the words of the oath of Iomede's paladins. Trailing off, she opens her eyes and sighs. How did we end up here? I never would have imagined I'd find myself in the abyss, even when you knew we were coming to the Worldwound and that there were like abyss rifts and shit. You really didn't consider it? How are you holding up? I'm hanging in there. I don't feel good in this place. Yes, stinks like something died, and I'm having trouble sleeping. I keep waking up at night. I think I hear someone being tortured nearby. Pleas and cries echoing toward me, so I wake up and listen. But there's nothing. I keep thinking about everything, praying every day that the souls Sunhammer abducted from the Crusaders weren't brought here. The abyss... Oh, that's sad for the reminder, thank you. The abyss will kill them or infect with... The abyss will kill them or infect with its madness. Infect them with its madness? Even without the demon's help. Seeing this ocean of evil and justice before me, it's tearing me apart. So many innocents are held captive here, and torrents of ruinous darkness flow from this wretched place to the other planes. My mind is tested to the limit every day, apparently, I spend in the abyss. I was going to say each, but it was every. I am going to help me hold on to it. Good before I come. Bye. I'm missing half my... Oh, there they are. It's like, I'm missing half my body. It's Waldif and then Greyball, yeah. Waldif gives you a friendly smile. Hey, Chief, want to talk? Yeah, but you've got nothing to talk about. Soz. Greyball? Nope. Okay. Bye, team. Let's finally go down to the city. Oh yeah, I rearranged my spells. I don't remember. What order they were all in? Do I have all my spells in the end? I know that I had to rest and shit. I think we're good. I think you got everything you need. Oh, the cute little thing's still following me. Little rabbit squirrel thing. So adorable. Now, back to Arushalay. That's what it's called, right? Arushalay? I don't know. Anyway, lower city. Ooh, there's loot up here. How do I get up here to the loot? That's how I get up there to the loot. Fantastic. Let's go. Beggars, citizens. Oh, interesting light sources. Oof. Who's the apprentice? Oh, you can't get there. What the? That just... This place is weird. Anyway, you have Dimension Door. Can you please? Don't you? I thought you had Dimension Door. Oh, there you are. Dimension Door. Okay, you can get up, but you can't get back down. That's a bit of a concern. I just want you to go here. Oh, you can do it from there. Nice. Light mace. Can you get that as well? Yeah, that might be overstating the matter. Yep, I can't do that. You guys have interesting conversations, but I don't have the time to just like chill.
Easy.
Okay, cool. This place is just one big clusterfuck. I guess we're going up because I can't see where else to go. Ah! Finding your way around Alushinyrra. In this strange abyssal realm, space itself sometimes behaves in weird, unexpected ways. Moving the camera around might change the location around you, opening new paths. Oh. Really? That's weird. I mean, holy shit. This is so bizarre.
I do what I must.
This is so bizarre. This place is freaking me out. None of you are like vendors. I guess when in doubt, keep moving the camera. Climb to the rooftop. Do we need to climb to the rooftop? Is there a reason for that? Into the Bad Luck Tavern. Yeah, there's a tavern here. Oh, can we chat to the guests? People said that Minago had a bone to pick with this stranger. They clashed. And where's Minago now? She shouldn't have made a move against someone stronger. Damn straight she shouldn't have. She should have known better. I'm going to go into the tavern. Because I'm a little directionally challenged. I'm really not sure where we're trying to get to. We're trying to find crystals, right? That's why we're here. This errand is complete. That's nice. Okay, so become famous and get... Oh, yeah, that... Violence, influential friends, or by providing valuable services. Okay. Learn more about Alushinyrra's leaders and try to secure an audience with the city's rulers. All right. Those are the goals, people. I'm sure we can get that accomplished in some way or other. Prismatic ring. God, that sounds awesome. This ring allows to cast an improved version of prismatic spray once per day as an 17th level wizard. Really? That's cool. The wearer can recharge this ring by consuming spells for which the sum of their levels must be equivalent to at least 9. I think I'd rather just sell it. Sad but true. Anywho.
Might be trap, might be treasure.
Where? Oh, shit!
We do it my way.
Abort!
I'm here. Where else would I be?
Jesus. Why is the
This
inn
is my kind of
trapped?
work.
Holy shit. Almost walked right into that one. Why is the inn
This is
trapped?
my kind of work.
Hey, we needed the cold iron. That's fantastic. Any more traps? Oh, outside. Outside. Huh. This isn't a very particularly interesting place then. It all leads outside. Oh, wait, here we go. This is where the tavern's at. Okay, there's a portal here. I was correct. I can read maps, guys. Yay me. That is the nexus. And we are... I probably can't tell from here. I probably have to go to the nexus and find out where we are now. Familiar face. Let me just finish looting first, and then I'll go chat to the familiar face. Ledger. Hold up. Most of the book's pages have been torn out. Of the remainder, only the top is covered in writing. Receipts, blah, 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 and payments. Okay, nothing particularly interesting. Alright, familiar face. This halfling, with his horribly burned face and crimson whiteless eyes, looks strangely familiar. After a moment's recollection, you remember his features. This is a sobbing man who stumbled into a nest of vescivores and lost his sight as a result. You saved the poor caravaner whose eyes were eaten by vescivores, however mysteriously disappeared afterwards. Luckily for him, you arrived just in time to pull him out of that ditch, only for him to end up in an even more dangerous and sinister place. Don't you recognize me? I saved you from those vescivores. For a few seconds, the halfling is silent, stunned, and exclaims in excitement. From one eerie eye, a single bloody tear appears. Out of sheer emotion, perhaps. I thought your voice was familiar, but for the life of me, I just couldn't remember where I'd heard it. So it was you. What a surprise. What a joy. I thought it was a goner, and you grabbed me by my skivvies and snatched me out of the jaws of death. I've never had the chance to repay you. Received Ashmaker. That sounds cool. When I came to, I looked around, and there were these crusaders everywhere. My first thought was that they got me, that they caught up to me, those pious dogs. I hadn't noticed that I was unbound and unguarded until later, when I took off running. I wasn't right in the head, you see. I had a nasty fever. I didn't even get the chance to meet my saviour. But not this time. I'm not going anywhere. Here, take it. This is for old Sam Crow, the scoundrel, who still lives and breathes instead of lying dead in that blasted canyon. Take it all. The halfling insistently presses a small bag full of magical amulets into your hands. What's wrong with your eyes? I thought I healed you. The halfling grunts grimly. The vescivores left some crap behind. Some kind of acidic slime, or maybe those wretches laid their eggs. I don't know. Whatever it was. On the 7th day, my left eye went dim, and on the 9th, some sort of shadow spawned in my right eye. It kept wriggling in there. Ew! A healer in the battle bliss cut out my old eyes, and sewed these in instead. Now I can see in pitch darkness, and tell differences in temperature, and do a bunch of other stuff. A master of his craft, that healer was. Ruthless, though. How'd you end up in that crevice? As soon as those crusaders started mopping up our forces in Canabras, I knew it was time to split. Them eagle-watch interrogators snooping around everywhere, asking questions. Just how did Baphomet cultists get into the city with such ease before the attack? You know, half our agents are scholars, not spies. Catch one and he'll rat out the rest. So I was out of there in an instant and on my way back to my mates. I wish I could have found a proper guide though, so I wouldn't have fallen into that vescivore nest. Why were you scared of the crusaders? As I was lugging it away from Canabras, I just couldn't shake the image of the gallows they'd hung me from, for treason and all that. You wouldn't believe all the stunts I pulled off. I smuggled Lady Monago's letters into the city, hid cultists under the guise of merchants' guards in my own home, brought facts into the Tower of Estrad, did some research on the Blackwing Library for Lord Xanthir, who showed the demons where the Crusader barracks were on the first night. Me! They were all cut down, unarmed, and half asleep. When the resistance gathered at the defender's heart, who was it that found out and told the demons about it? Me again. The whole thing hinged on messengers and spies like me. That's why the Crusaders would have gladly hung me if I were caught. Why work for the demons? All for wizardly knowledge. I've always been curious to a fault, especially when it comes to magic. Once I was allowed wizards' books, there was no stopping me. So I met a guy who let me read a whole bunch of banned books. It wasn't until later that I found out that he was an apprentice of Xanthir the Plagued One himself. Now, that one knows a lot. So he asked to be the Plagued One's apprentice too. That's how I chose my side. So what are you doing in the Abyss? Are you dead, or are you, like, literally here? The halfling gives you a sly smile, which looks rather creepy with his red eyes. Same thing you are, hiding. You're one of us Baphomet agents too, right? Oh, is that what he thinks? Why else would you hole up in this dump with me instead of fighting over in Golarion? I have a keen eye, and I can spot a fellow cultist from a mile away. Samco grins smugly, clearly proud of his own insight. I have no need to kill him. You take care now. And remember, this is no Golarion. Things are rougher here. What a man. Oh well, I suppose from his point of view, it is indeed safer here than it is on the other side. Let us speak with Mialara. Greeting you with a nod is a middle-aged sorceress with short dark hair, a skinny face, and prominent cheekbones that bring to mind images of predatory birds. Despite the dark circles under her eyes and her overall worn-out look, her voice sounds friendly and welcoming. Hey, you're not a local, are you? Have you come from Golarion? That makes us fellow countrymen, since I hail from Absalom. Ooh, the big city. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Magister Mialara, a certified specialist in resolving magic-related issues, and the captain of an airship called Starcatcher III. What's the source of... Why am I given the option to attack literally everything I see in the abyss? What's the sorceress from Absalom doing in this rat hole in the middle of the abyss? Don't say that in front of the barkeep. For a couple of seconds, the woman's gaze goes distant. A bitter expression appears on her face before quickly fading. I suppose you could say that I'm trying to cheat my own fate. In the current stage of my life, the abyss seems like the best port to call home for me. There aren't a lot of experienced and, at the same time, trustworthy captains around here, so I never sit idle. You seem honest. How do you manage to survive in this place? Frowning a little, Mialara crosses her arms in a resolute gesture. I see what you're getting at. You're asking how a captain who doesn't grab everything that isn't bolted down, a captain that doesn't steal cargo and doesn't throw passengers overboard, how can they survive surrounded by a gang of bloody pirates? My answer is simple. My principles protect me. I strictly follow the unwritten aeronaut rule. I never ignore those in distress. I never attack other vessels, and I honour the integrity of the cargo that I am entrusted with. Maybe I look like an idiot to the other captains, but I don't care. My doggedness earns their respect, even if it also provokes their ire. Besides, they know that I'm stubborn, and I'll defend myself to the very end. I suppose it's a real reason why they haven't slit my throat or seized my ship yet. I'd like to know more about you and your ship. Is this going to become relevant later on or not? I can understand your curiosity. You won't find another ship like Starcatcher III in the abyss. Actually, captains like me are a rarity here as well, for obvious reasons. Tell me about your ship, who works on your ship. Was there a first and a second? Oh no, Starcatcher II crashed on the rocks of Alinthia. We were sailing over Mahara Island, should there not be a capital I, when a mutiny broke out. It's an evil place, where discord and hostility fills the air like a noxious miasma. A part of the crew tried to seize the ship, the others remained loyal to me, and a massacre ensued. Defending myself, I had to fight my friends till I was the last one standing. The last survivor. All by myself, I barely managed to guide my ship. That's not even physically possible, but sure. To Alinthia, where I was bringing her into land. Oh, but when I was bringing her into land, the rocks tore into her like a fishmonger cutting a fish. Now that's an image and a half, poor ship. Starcatcher II was irreparably damaged. As for me, I escaped with a couple of bruises and a chipped tooth. As for Starcatcher I, it was because of her that I decided to settle in the abyss. Oh dear. How did you wind up here? I was once a member of the Arcanamirium, the most prestigious magic academy in Absalom. Back then, I was captain too. I delivered special cargo and passengers at my colleague's request. I've been assigned to a risky and extremely important rescue mission on the plain of Abaddon. Is that how you pronounce it? I had to rescue a group of Pathfinders who had gotten into hot water there. I literally ripped them out of the claws of the grave digger. Grave dragger. The Herald of Xiphus. God of accidental and pointless deaths. What a thing to be a god of. I've never heard of you, by the way, sir. So Xiphus, and definitely not your Herald Grave Dragger. I was just going to say, I actually don't like the term Pathfinder. I think it's cool as the name of the gaming system. I get that. People who find paths, they're adventurers. That's fine. But I don't really like Pathfinders being a group of people in the game. I don't like the whole Pathfinder Society name. I'm probably the only person who doesn't like it. But, you know, there you have it. I've said it. I don't like it. And that son of a bitch never forgave me for that show of disrespect. He put a curse on me. People around me started dying, both those I cared about and those I'd never even heard of. Wait. But what about the people in the abyss? Are they going to start dropping dead? Or do you not care if they drop dead, therefore you're okay with this? News of horrible, pointless and tragic accidents that cut lives unnaturally short followed me wherever I went. But nothing happened to me. I managed to get out of trouble, any trouble, without a scratch, even when violence raged all around. I tried to get rid of my curse, but no one could lift it. Soon after that, Starkatcher the First was wrecked in a terrible storm. Then I decided to go into voluntary exile and stay away from the planes where civility, mercy, and common sense are valued. Here in the Abyss, I can at least avoid mourning those whose lives are cut short due to my curse. Besides, the Abyss is insane and bloody enough even without me. So my cruel fate can add very little to this crazy whirlwind of aggression. It's one way of looking at it. Lan listens to the tale with rapt attention without moving a single muscle, and seemingly even forgetting to breathe. This is the first... Oh, that's right, he likes pirates and ships. This is the first time I've seen a real captain. Tell me, how does it feel to... Well, Lan stops, unable to find the right words. With a soft smile, Mialara supplies the rest. To be an aeronaut? How can I describe it, lad? It's just the best job in the whole world. Is she going to give her a ship? No, wait, she doesn't have a ship anymore. She could give the third to Lan, I suppose, if she's not going to use it. Oh my god, I've just noticed Ivy's neck. It's so long! Noticing the piercing sadness lingering on Lan's face, Grapple smirks. Don't worry, pal. You'll have your chance to travel the world. After we get out of here, I'll introduce you to a friend of mine, a fellow from Magnamar. He should be able to find a small ship and a couple of reliable sailors. You can sail with them anywhere you want, even to Tiansha. Lan smiles cheerlessly. That'd be great, Grapple. Really great. I'll keep the position of grumpy boats. I don't remember how to pronounce that word. It's not boatswain. It's bosswin? I don't remember how to pronounce that shit. Permanently vacant for you and my crew. Just on the off chance that decide to sail with me, it's missing a word there. I am always at your disposal. Well, I wish you could tell me more. Fair winds to you too. If you find yourself in need of an excellent airship and a skillful captain, just let me know. Oh, you know I will. Too bad that doesn't, classify as any missions or anything. But hey, Burgars, can you please tell me more about the rules of the city, perchance? A wrinkled demon with broken fangs and a missing eye stands before you. The eye socket is occupied by a large, squirming, multi-legged insect. This is revolting, yet it seems not to cause the demon any discomfort. He greets you with a venomous tone. Welcome to the bad luck. I'm Burgers, the innkeeper. Our establishment upholds a high standard of service in that it's better to eat and drink here instead of a ditch. Well, that's the bar. You've set that pretty low. Sleep here at your own risk. Drown the rest of your life in cheap swill and purchase goods of the highest quality and dubious origin. Lovely, but however, you are a vendor. Upon giving your entourage an appraising look, the demon adds in silken voice, we accept payment in gold and slaves. What about dragon bites? Says Ivy, chomping her teeth. Chomp them. Do you accept those? I'll show you. Payment, you big meanie. Where can I find Nocticula? The demon goggles and bursts into deafening laughter. Tiny bugs fly out of his maw, wiping away bloody tears and giggling. He grabs a particularly nimble insect and tosses it back down his gullet. That is repulsive. You can find her in the palace, mortal. The thing is, she won't just see anyone. The last person who had the nerve to show up uninvited now lies in the catacombs, and everyone calls him Scrap. Care to guess why? I don't know who you think you are, but you will not be allowed on her doorstep unless she invites you herself. And to receive an invitation from Nocticula, you've got to be an influential and renowned figure in Alushinyrra. Or you could do something to piss her off. Sometimes those two things are one and the same. Angering a ruler in their own domain. Sounds exceptionally stupid and dangerous. When do we start? Careful there, lad. The Lady in Shadows is not your highborn cousin. You're used to messing with a stern but not vengeful ruler who has been, I must say, extremely patient with your antics. And now you're suggesting we rile the most dangerous creature in the corner of the Abyss, or possibly of the whole of the Abyss. I call it personal growth, dear Greyboar. A new chapter in life brings new and more ambitious goals. Despite his bold words, the Count wilts a little under Greyboar's watchful, cautioning gaze. How do I earn an invitation from Nocticula? The demon shrugs. Your chances are slim, but you look cocky, so you could try the gladiator fights in Battle Bliss. Ooh, that sounds fun. Everybody loves a good butcher. Well, I wouldn't put it that way. The dirtier and bloodier you fight. How about singier? I'm going to be burning some flesh. The more respect you'll earn. Only fools fight fair, so you must prove you know the ways of the fighter's craft. Hopefully we get to go as a group, not by myself, or I'm going to die. The crowd will love you if you torment the loser before finishing them off. Make them shriek, squeal, and beg for death. Find someone who can arrange a fight in the arena. And you can count on having the fight of your life. You'll face a Nahindrian League champion. Your death will be a symphony of suffering the audience will forever remember. Most can only dream of such a fate. You can cozy up to someone in the upper city. Oh, but I'm in the lower city. The more influential your patron, the more respect you will be shown. Just remember that in Alushinyrra, only the most skilled predators make it to the top, like Lady Valexia. More often than not, their offer of friendship is an introduction to their intrigues, and they will get into your head, twist your thoughts, make you hate yourself, and make you destroy everything you ever loved with your own hands. That's their idea of fun. Visit Valexia's mansion. Can we do, like, all of the above, or are we only allowed to do one route? If you know how to, shall we say, solve problems, you could try to get under Shamira's wing. She presides over the harem of ardent dreams in the Middle City and rules Alushinyrra. Lady Nocticula does not stoop to such trifles herself. Commanding this city is dirty, bloody work, and Shamira is always in need of capable assistance, especially since she changes them as soon as they start to reek of her dark deeds. Learn more about the leaders, secure an audience at the Harem of Ardent Dreams. Sounds like an amazing place, but that's probably the least interesting option. Walk through the slums. Everyone you'll see there tried to climb high but fell into a trap. There are plenty of warnings in their incoherent ramblings. Nah. Tell me the latest rumors. The demon pours a shot of liquor that smells of blood and bitter ash. No problem. Have a drink and we'll talk. 500 gold. It's fine, I've got it. The demon observes your face with obvious interest. The liquor stings and fills your mouth with the foul taste of salt and rotten fish. That is disgusting. What do you want to know? Tell me about Alushinyrra. In short, there's no order in this city. There never has been and never will be. There are no laws here, as we demons spit on laws. The only law here is might makes right. Take everything you can and give away anything you can't protect. Obey those stronger than you, and maybe they'll devour someone else. Everyone does what Nocticula says. She split Alushinyrra into 3 quarters, the lower city, the middle city, and the upper city. Could at least a bit more creative. The elites live comfortable lives above, the fools and losers rot below, and everyone else sits in the middle and dreams of climbing up, though they're mostly full. Each quarter is walled so that no one goes where they shouldn't. Guards watch the gates. How do I travel between the gates? Although in truth, the guards are just a bunch of the most vicious and violent demons who carry out Nocticula's commands. If someone cuts you down in front of them, they won't interfere unless she orders them to. Then again, if you decide to bash someone's head in, they won't concern themselves with it. The only reason they might chase you away is if they want to loot the corpses themselves. The important thing is, don't kill anyone in front of a crowd and don't bother guests from other planes. Okay, I'll try to remember that. Don't kill anyone in front of a crowd and don't bother guests from other planes. Yep. Check. Nocticula has her reasons. She's trying to turn Alushinyrra into the interplanar bazaar of the abyss. And as you walk around Alushinyrra, keep track of the time. Oh, not on the tiresome, don't waste your time sense. Watch the time as if you were in a jungle and a predator was lurking in the brush. It might pounce on you and freeze you in place, stealing days, months, even years. You wouldn't notice any changes, and everyone around you would grow old and forget about you. In the abyss, time is a fickle and unruly thing. What do you mean by that? From a meta perspective. I don't know. Tell me about Escorta. The demon points to a bottle of liquor. Imagine Alushinyrra is this bottle. The lower city is the bottom. The explanation is quite apt, as the bottom of the bottle is coated with foul-looking scum. A dead insect with 2 fanged mouths is stuck into it. A cesspool. Oh, I was going to say cesspool, but it says cesspit. If someone or something needs to be eliminated, they send it to the lower city. They say the arena is the heart of the quarter, but that's nonsense. This whole quarter is one massive arena. Was it this map that I saw the arena in? I think it is, yes. Everyone here is a murderer, a thief, and a scumbag. The bloodshed never ceases, and the denizens of Alushinyrra watch it with delight and wager on who will emerge from this lake of blood. You may think of the slums as a useless appendage, but they are the main source of entertainment for the city. So at the other quarters. The middle city is all about trade. The 10,000 delights offer sex. The flesh markets deal in slaves and weapons. The mercenaries and assassins sell the death of enemies. The most successful business person of all is Shamira at the Harem of Ardent Dreams. Her merchandise is Nocticula's favour, and the favour of the powers that be. The upper city is for those who already have everything, and have no use for trade. Imagine if you were a creature of divine power that could live in complete comfort, free of almost all limits. That's the kind who live in the upper city. You'd be wise to stay away from them. In the lower city, they'll just kill you and defile your corpse. In the upper city, they'll pull your soul out through your nostrils with a red-hot needle, cook it into a stew, then force you to eat it and wash it down with a cocktail made from your own eyes and marrow. Are there many effects from Golarion here? Quite a few, but most of them wear special accessories. The demon draws an imaginary circle around his neck. The slaves is what I mean. Ha! Or meat, sometimes. We do get some free ones from time to time. Scum. as a rule, the only type who can survive amongst demons. There are more tieflings around here than fleas on a manticore. Hey, you make it sound so derogatory. Although most of them don't come from Golarion. They're born here, to the families of slaves. There are also fools who come here by choice. They genuinely believe someone wants them here, and the land of their ancestors. Ha! Okay. One last thing, mortal. You must have noticed that Alushinyrra was not built for your kind. It would be... But you just said lots of my kind are here. I think he's lying to me. It would be easy for you to get lost in our streets and die an inglorious death if you don't know how to fly or teleport. But why should I want you to die while you're still drinking? Take this. If you lose your way, take it to any arch, and it will transport you here. Ridiculous idea. To aid guests from other places, other planes such as yourself. Okay. Show me your wares. The demon kicks open a large chest filled to the brim with all sorts of things. There are weapons and bloody clothing. It seems those items once belonged to visitors from many other worlds. Different worlds. Here you are. Have you got ready? I don't offer credit. The demon's voice drops to a whisper. By the way, I have something unique I can offer only to you. An hindering crystal. Oh my gosh. Probably fake. You mean you haven't heard of them? But everyone in Alushinyrra talks about them non-stop. Well, listen. There's a lot of demons appeared, and they were so strong you couldn't help but wonder how they acquired such power. And the strange thing is, those same demons used to be common riffraff, but then they became... Well, I don't know what they are, but whatever it is, it's strong. Rumour has it these supposed hindering crystals are the source of their power. Nobody knows what they are or how to get to them, but everybody wants one. The world has grown quite popular. These days, everything is Nahindrian this and Nahindrian that, no matter where you look. It's all hogwash and lies, of course, but my crystal's the real deal. Do you ask how I acquired it? That's my secret. But I could sell it to you. Nahindrian crystal, you say? Ah, it's fake. For 50,000. Zemet grants its wearer a +1 competence bonus of knowledge while it's skill checks. Do I really want to spend 50,000 on something that's not real? Ugh, I don't know. I don't think it's real, but what the hell? Can I sell it for that much later? Who knows? Demon Slayer soup. I guess we'll get that as well. I want to grab some skullberries. I don't have that many. Crystallized demonic rage. Sure. Maybe I will need that in that recipe. I don't think I really need anything else, do I? Magical acorn. I don't have any of those. Maybe we'll have a recipe that uses that as well. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure that's all I can be bothered to grab. Do I have any cinder blooms? No idea. We'll take that as well. Okay, yes, well, I'll take your Nahindrian crystal. It's not actually going to be a Nahindrian crystal. Let's face it. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate your contribution. That. Yeah. Grants competence bonus on knowledge world. Who even does knowledge world checks? Character. Abilities. Oh no, summary's fine. Where's world? There's world. Jesus, we are terrible. You're the only one who's decent at it, Darren. And I don't want to get rid of you now. You only got natural armor +1. Does that actually give you any bonuses? It does too. We can be getting you natural armor +2. We could be getting you a way better one than that, quite frankly. We'll worry about all the extra crap I've got later. Does Lan have my other midnight bolt? Yes. Oh, what the hell? Take them both. It's not like I'm ever going to bloody use them. And that means I can't accidentally sell it. What was I looking for? Oh yeah, that. I don't really think that's any reason to take that.